What I was trying to say is welcome to the new Ford Ranger Platinum. Not only that, we also have the Ford Ranger Tremor, and I'm here to tell you about both of them, so allow us to get started. Firstly, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Cape Town. Aye, Cape Town is beautiful, guys. Anyway, so these are some of the colors that you can get the Platinum in. I chose the red one. They call it Lucid Red. Usually, I'm not a big fan of red bakkies, but on this Platinum, it works. This being the top spec model, it gets the 3-liter V6 turbo diesel engine. By now, you already know the power output. It produces 184 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque, and it is paired with a 10-speed automatic. And because this is the Platinum, you're going to get a lot of features. You have adaptive cruise control, evasive steer assist, pre-collision assist, autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection, and for your safety, you get 9 airbags. After driving for a while, we took a short break, and I'm going to use that break to show you the interior. If you've seen the Ford Everest Platinum interior, then you've seen this one. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a heated steering wheel, and a bigger digital instrument display. Oh, and Platinum badges throughout the cabin. Moving on to the seats, you get quilted and perforated leather. Not only that, they are also heated and ventilated. Proper stuff. The whole layout of this Platinum interior will make you forget that you're sitting in a bakkie. The only reminder is the fact that it doesn't have a sunroof. Come on Ford, give us a bakkie with a sunroof. I just want to see something. Sunroofs aside, what you do get as standard is a power roller shutter on this Platinum model. And if you've been watching my reviews, you know I'm a big fan of roller shutters. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my other Ford Ranger reviews. There's like 9 of them to choose from. I don't know if you noticed it. If you missed it, feel free to rewind. But this Platinum has a damped tailgate, so when you open it, it won't just fall. It'll come down nicely. Before we get to pricing, I'd just like to point out that the Ford Ranger Platinum gets matrix LED headlamps, the Platinum grille, and 20-inch aluminum wheels, which is a nice touch because the Ford Everest Platinum doesn't have matrix LED headlamps. Hopefully they add those soon, but it does have bigger 21-inch wheels. Now let's talk money. Anyone interested in buying the Ford Ranger Platinum is obviously also considering the Wildtrak V6 as well. The price difference between these two models is 62,900 Rand. This one comes in at 1,120,100 Rand. Let me know in the comments, would you pay the extra 63,000 for this one, or would you just rather buy the normal Wildtrak? You let me know. On finance, you'll pay 21,898 over 6 years at 12% interest, and a full tank of diesel will cost you 2,014 Rand at the current price. And if you got an insurance premium of 4,000 Rand, it brings your total cost of ownership to 27,912 Rand. By the way, if you still haven't liked this video, wait, let's listen to the wind first. Unless I'm messing up the translation, I think the wind is saying, if you haven't liked this video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube. It's the right thing to do. Plus, we're on the road to 100,000 subs, so please share this video with your friends. Let them know there's a Mr. How Much on YouTube. With that said, let's do a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, the Ford Ranger Tremor. This one is aimed at 4x4 off-roading enthusiasts. So this was still day one. After spending most of the day driving the Ford Ranger Platinums, we parked them and then we got into the Tremors. Some of its colors are the Lucid Red, Carbonized Gray, and the one I was driving, Blue Lightning. But before I explain what the Ford Ranger Tremor is, let me show you all the Ford Ranger derivatives that we have right now. I'm saying right now because you never know with Ford. We could wake up tomorrow, there will be a Ford Ranger hatchback. Actually, I wouldn't mind that, Ford. Please bring back the Ford Focus. Give us a hatchback, something, for those of us who are not interested in a bakkie. I'm just saying. Anyway, coming back to the Ford Rangers, you have the base, you have the XL, you have the XLT, you have the Wildtrak, you have the Wildtrak X, you have the Tremor, and then you have the Platinum. If you remember, 2 weeks ago, I didn't do a review on the Ford Ranger Wildtrak X. It's very similar to the Tremor. The main differences are the Wildtrak X is based on the Wildtrak and the Tremor is based on an XLT. The things they have in common are the upgraded off-road suspension, 17-inch all-terrain tires. The Tremor doesn't get the Matrix LED headlights, but it does get the integrated auxiliary driving lights. Those 3 dots over there. And of course, ouch, the steel side steps. And much like the X, the Tremor also comes with a 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine producing 154 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque. And as you can see, when it comes to off-roading, they have a lot in common as well. The Tremor also has trail turn assist. Basically, it reduces your turning radius by 25% by applying brakes on the inside rear wheel. Proper stuff. Now, please give me a moment to run back to my own bakkie. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Yep, there we go. That's me running back. Hey, things we do for content. Now that I'm back in my own bakkie, I can tell you this thing is an excellent off-roader. If you love off-roading, if you love climbing rocks, if you love having tires hanging in the air, for whatever reason, this off-roader will not disappoint you. It was kind of nice to finally see that off-roading suspension in action. You also get features like trail control. It's basically cruise control for off-roading. It's available below 32 kilometers per hour, as you're currently seeing on the screen. The vehicle will manage the acceleration and the braking and help you as the driver maintain a constant low speed. And for those of you with trailers, you also have Pro Trailer Backup Assist. Basically, you can store up to 10 different trailers. You'll save the type of trailer, its dimensions, and then the Tremor will help you park your trailer. Proper stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't get an illustration of this, but I'll take their word for it. So we've established it has a lot in common with the Wildtrak X. There are only a few minor differences and they won't bother some people. There is no spoiler, there is no roller shutter, there are no Matrix LED headlights, and the interior is from an XLT instead of a Wildtrak, but it's not really a bad thing because you still get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a 360-degree view camera. As for your seats, they are manually adjustable, but they do say Tremor on them, so hopefully that makes up for things. Let's move on to the back seats. There they are. But what I really want to show you is this vinyl flooring. Instead of normal carpets, you get this, which makes it easy to clean up your car when you're done with your off-roading. So then, how much will you pay for all this? Let me tell you an interesting story. When this car launched a few days ago, the price difference between this and the Wildtrak X was 35,500 Rand. And I immediately thought, what's the point? Just buy a Wildtrak X. But as we entered into the new month, Ford increased their prices, and one of the most notable increments is on the Wildtrak X. It went up by 27,600 Rand. And you can't buy a Wildtrak X without optioning the flexible rack system and the power roller shutter. You can, but it just wouldn't make sense. Add those two extras up and the price difference between the Tremor and the X now becomes 106,200 Rand. Now, considering that they have the same engine and the same off-roading performance, at that price difference, they're basically saying get the Tremor. Anyway, if you're interested in getting a Tremor, it'll cost you 978,600 Rand. On finance, you'll pay the amount you're seeing on your screen, and if you throw in a full tank of diesel and an insurance premium of 4,000 Rand, then it would bring your total cost of ownership to 25,146 Rand. In terms of your warranty, you get a 4-year, 120,000 kilometer warranty, and as you know, the service plan is optional. You can get a 6-year, 90,000 kilometer service plan for 23,959 Rand. But if you're interested in a premium maintenance plan, it will cost you the amount you're seeing on your screen. And this brings us to the end of our launch review. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the Ford Tremor. Would you take it over the Wildtrak X or just skip it entirely? What do you think of the Platinum? Would you take the Platinum or buy yourself a Wildtrak and save 63,000 Rand? But bear in mind, the Platinum comes with a roller shutter, Matrix LED headlights, heated seats, and it looks better than the Wildtrak. Hey, to be honest, at this point, I think the Wildtrak just needs a facelift because all these other Rangers are starting to look much better than the Wildtrak. But personally, I'm just curious to see how the Platinum will sell. Time will tell. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, take care.